Kevin's Home Brew coming at ya. Kevin here. And today we've got another fun beer, of course. This is the Righteous Ale from Six Point Brewery out of Brooklyn, New York. And this one came in a beer trade from DJ at DJ's Brew Tube. Thank you, DJ. Yeah, this is another one I was looking forward to. I really enjoyed the 3 bean, of course, that I've had, and the resin, and so this is another fun one to try. This one, though, is a rye beer. It's a 6.3% ABV and 57 IBUs. And looky here. That is, that's very much a reddish brown. Look at that color. These lights allow you to get a really good look at the color on that. And it's got a nice, full finger head on there. Little parts of it's creamy, parts of it's rocky on top. Kind of a, someplace between a tan and just off-white head, but it's a nice looking head on there. We're gonna go ahead and get a nose on this one. Oh, that's kind of fun. I'm getting a lot of floral hops right away on this, and also you're getting the malt, but it's kind of like you get a hint of some caramel malt, but it's really overcome by the rye coming in on it. Get a little bit of fruitiness on it, surprisingly. With all the rye, I really wasn't expecting that. Yeah, some citrus and almost like orange, a light orange scent on it even, ever so slightly. Yeah, that's actually pretty nice smelling. So we're gonna go ahead and get a taste on this one. I was getting some nice sweet aromas, so I was expecting a little more sweetness on the beer. But the rye and then the hop, there's some real bitter hops on it. So you can tell that sweet's in the background, but it's very muted by the very strong rye taste. It's very much kind of a dank and earthy kind of taste. Earthy is the better description of the two. There's a light bit of creaminess to it. I'd say it's kind of a medium body, but it definitely leaves some pucker, on the mouth as you're drinking it. Absolutely. Between the rye and the hops, it leaves a good bit of pucker. There's some hints of pine. I think with the earthy aspect, it makes me think more like a pine cone as opposed to pine needles or anything like that, because it's much more earthy. There's a slight hint of citrus. I wouldn't say there's a lot of citrus on this personally. There's a little bit there. It's interesting. It has a creamy feel, but it's kind of also very crisp at the same time. It dries out at the end, and as much hop character as there is, and bearing hops, it doesn't leave like a long aftertaste of hop or bitterness, really. You get more of the rye taste, and your mouth really dries out quite a bit. Personally, I've only had a few rye beers that have been really attractive to me. It's just not hitting me the way I'd hoped. I think it's very good, but not as good as I'd maybe hoped for. And the aroma, I'm going to give it an 89 on a rye beer, which is a really good rating. That's very good. But on overall, I'm going to drop down a bit. I mean, it's a nice looking. It leaves some beautiful lacing, by the way, I might add. Okay, I've had a few ryes that I thought were fantastic, but it's not my favorite style. it dries out just a little too much for me then. It dries out substantially. So overall, I'm going to drop all the way down to an 83, which would be like a B minus. But it's still a very good beer. I could see that someone that really, really likes ryes would probably thoroughly enjoy this one. Because there's a whole lot of rye character in this. Some they're a little more blended with other things, but this one is definitely a rye beer. If you're a rye beer fan, I would say you want to try getting this one. This is the Righteous Ale by 6 Points. And but I love trying new things. And what can I say? I mean, life is too short to drink cheap beer. And I'll see you on the next beer review. Cheers.